Hey, what's up guys? Tuki here, back again with another episode of A Set Plan, my Hockey Ultimate Team Road to Glory series for NHL 19. It's a pretty big episode as to make the point of what can happen. It's a weird you know what, let's just get into it. We have a lot of packs to open at the beginning of this episode. It was a debate as far as what we look to do. Do I keep up with the sets off video, you know, in between episodes, and continue on with those upgrade sets? Would it be overkill if we did so? The answer is apparently yes, but the answer is yes because, of course, we've earned so many silver packs that we had the ability to keep churning out these gold common players. Not cod. They're not fish. That said, I know some people aren't going to be happy about the idea of opening all of these, but like I said, the option is there because of the amount of silver packs that we've earned thus far. If we look at this trade-in set now, at least in its current form, we really don't have that many more silver rares to turn into golds. We are going to be able to get a gold rare player. We're already at that stage where the team is going to start taking that drastic leap forward. It might have taken a couple of more episodes to get there if I didn't keep up with the sets offline, but the sets were a part of the plan, of course. Now, whether or not we have any pack luck out of this, that's the real question. But with the teams we've already seen that our opponents have that we've gone up against, as I am just on point in this episode, clearly. Also, I always forget to turn down my monitor volume. Look at the fucking reflection. That's the word. I'm on point today. You get the point, right? With this, I don't think I have to go on about it anymore. With the teams that we've been running into, it's kind of a good thing, right? That I'm not going to be running with quite a few silvers in the lineup. I do have comments to get to. I have a wheel change or two to get to. Before we do that, though, let's rip some packs, shall we? We start off, though, with the addition of the Joe Sakic. 80 overall lone Sakic will be featured in this episode. Of course, I want to get through all of this just to get everything established before we even talk about, like, oh, well, we still have to talk about, you know, we still have to set up the team after talking about the comments and everything. So let's get to this. Comments will be a little bit later in the episode this time out, but that's all right. Let's do this. This is going to be ridiculous and potentially stupid, according to some. But, you know, it is what it is. We get Braden Christopher, who will, of course, go right back into the sets. But this is where it gets interesting with all of these gold commons. Now, there is not a guarantee. Case in point with Freddie Gauthier, that it's even someone that we're going to have for that long, and that it's even going to be someone that good. These players will be the ones that we start to turn into the gold sets and constantly re-roll, as we get Ryan White as well, and his tremendously broken nose, as we still have, what, like 8 of these to go? We get Mark Mathot on the left-hand side, which doesn't help all that much, so at least for now, in terms of these sets, okay, Carl Soderberg kind of helps a little bit. 79 rated, not too bad. It's not as if we weren't getting help, though, earlier with Austin Matthews, right? I mean, these sets, these were gonna happen eventually as we get a duplicate Gergensons, which will at least be good for the trade, and these were gonna happen in time anyway. So it is what it is. I don't know why I'm trying to justify it. If this is the, you know, if this is the point where it's like, okay, the series jumped the shark for me, I'm sorry, and if anything, you probably already turned off the episode, so it is what it is. Joel Armia, another 79 rated. I mean, we have an 82 rated team. Might take a jump up to like an 84 at this point. Michael Frolik and his amazing eyebrows also joins the team. We have 2 more golds and a silver. We get Cole Schneider, who, to be honest, might not be good enough to get into the lineup at this point. Another silver rare. It is Keegan Iverson, who obviously won't be good enough to get into the lineup at this point. And the last gold common player is James Shepard. So we have some new additions to the team. Before we get to that, though, let's finally get to your comments. This is going to be a very long intro part of the video. Steezy Max, this series is genuinely incredible. I agree, because I am modest. And also, you might disagree at this point, Steezy. I hope not. I hope you're still on board after this, whatever the hell just happened. Alex Vreeland, do the off-camera. It'll be useful to the successful series. Yeah, no doubt about that. We are in much better shape now. I mean, in the mode. I mean, look at me. Obviously not. For the comeback challenge, if you win, I think the reward should be as many silver packs as the lead you give your opponents. Might be overkill. Might be. Because Rumble isn't in the lineup anymore, there should be a Rumble-related challenge. Spoiler alert, there is now. We'll talk about it more in a second. Yeah, those are a little too many packs. The one out to go, I'm sorry. Yep, I'm sorry. I failed you. I'm sorry. J.E., I think it's too many packs. Keep it on screen. Oh, God. J.E., I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm sorry. That was so weird, but highly entertaining. I think that describes the majority of my content, and perhaps myself as an individual in general. It's kind of cheap. You can invoke an EA screwed me clause. I only did it once, though. We probably won't make it a thing. Probably. Great episode, loving the series. Maybe a suggestion for the wheel for certain challenges where you need the second wheel for numbers. Maybe make the harder challenges more probable. Do you want me to die early from hut-related stress? It's not a bad idea. But man, I need a chance to win every now and then. Suspension. You have to sit your best 3 players on your team for 1 game. Don't think I'm adding that challenge specifically, but we may be seeing something like that added to the wheel for this episode. Now, before we finally put the team together and get into some actual gameplay, we do have a set that can be completed, and it will be for a gold rare player. This should put in a lower overall by default. I'm actually not sure who it put in. It put Cole Schneider in, which is fine. We will complete this set, and this is our first opportunity in this series at a chance for a guaranteed gold rare player as opposed to the Sagan and the Matthews pack. Let's see what happens. Are we magically going to get a great player? Nick Schmaltz. Not bad. Still, for this point in the series, we get Nick Schmaltz. Welcome to the team. So after all that, allow me to introduce you to the new team, and I say new because it's pretty damn new. The top line is now Michael Frolik, Tyler Sagan, and we still have 4 games on the Claude Lemieux loan. The second line, Soderberg, Matthews, and Schmaltz, Gergensen, Sakic, Armia, De La Rose, Walker, and White. Is the team improved? Yes. But it's not as if it's that drastic. Rather than having a 75 Wagner, we have a 76 White. Rather than 75 Bjork, we get Soderberg and Frolik into the lineup. It's still not a great team, and defensively, it's almost the same. Lovejoy, Krug, Brown, Mete, Cernak, and Mathot. Those are our 6 best defensemen at the moment. The goaltenders, Leonard and Lettinen, which scares the ever-loving bejesus out of me. That said, we need to get to the wheel spin. We do. We need our spotlight player first and foremost, and then we need to get to spinning the actual wheel. So you know what? Let's do the spotlight player first. Who is our featured player going to be? It is going to be Ben Lovejoy. It was so close to being Torrey Krug. If Ben Lovejoy manages to get 3 points in a game, so close to 4. If Lovejoy gets 3 points in a game at any point in this episode, we get a silver pack. That said, allow me to introduce you to the new wheel. We still have the silver pack reward. Again, play and we get a silver pack. Double or nothing. Pretty straightforward. 2 packs for a win. We randomly discard a player for a loss. Backup challenge, also straightforward. The backup goalie's in. If we win, we get a silver pack. The win by challenge. At random, 2, 3, or 4 goals. If we complete the challenge, we get the pack. The jackpot is instantly getting 3 silver packs. Team shuffle, we swap forwards and defensemen for that 1 game. If we win, we get the silver pack. The 1-pack challenge, similar to what we've seen in FIFA, we immediately open up a silver pack. Any player packed must play. If we win, we keep everybody. If we lose, we have to discard everybody. The comeback challenge, which we started to see at the end of last episode, we have to let up 1, 2, or 3 goals. Easy for me to say. And then we have to come back. If we do, we get the pack. Just play, still on the wheel. Pretty straightforward what that is. No silver rewards, just play. It's the one really negative kind of one. Ready to Rumble is the new addition. Rumble becomes the spotlight player in the game. So consider that a negative if you want. I was trying to think of how to kind of play that off, but I think what we'll do is have Rumble replace, it would be Lovejoy in this episode, as the spotlight player. either just for one game or for the episode. I'll leave that up to you, with that being a new addition. Injury bug is also on the list with the lowercase b. Taking that idea that we talked about earlier, 3 players will be chosen at random to sit out for that game, and then bankrupt, where we will randomly discard a player. So those are the options on the wheel. Let's spin the wheel for our first challenge of the day, and it's Team Shuffle. I'll see you in a minute. Once this team is set, we just set it up, and now it has to be fixed. Great. So, this is a bad idea, and we're going to lose. Krug, Torrey Krug, Iverson and Lovejoy, Mathot, Valclair, Cernak, Gunnarsson, Rumble, Brown, Mete, Gaunt, Samuelson. Iverson's the lowest rated player we can put into the lineup. We don't have enough defensemen. And on the defense, Walker, Matthews, Lemieux, Sagan, Schmaltz, Sakic. At the very least, goaltending-wise, we still have Robin Lehner. This is going to suck a lot. I mean, badly. I just know. We're falling to 2-2 in Div 7. There is no way that we are not. I just want you to know this. We are screwed with a capital S, a capital everything. All caps. God, we're so screwed. I don't even know how to react to the fact. Number one, I just realized my settings aren't even set properly. I don't know how to react to the fact that I just hit Victor Hedman, who was so far off center. I think that was Hedman behind the back of the net. I just hit him, even though he was way behind. This guy, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but despite the team not too threatening of a player, the one thing I'm very much worried about is just obviously the way the team is set up right now. But if I were to ever win this challenge, this would be the guy that I'd win it against. Carl Gunnarsson! He stopped playing after taking a penalty, and in a way I don't blame him. He kind of deserved the stick lift. And Scott Walker's rebound is buried by Carl Gunnarsson. We are up 1-0. Lemieux! Claude Lemieux! There we go. His first real game after he's... Oh my God. We just forced a fucking rage quit on the Team Shuffle challenge. It was a green bar connection. We just forced a rage quit on the Team Shuffle. Not only did we win, I'll show you the team too. I know Claude's set up as a right wing, right? There you gotta look at the stats again. He was not a great player. No disrespect. It is what it is. But, wow. Just, wow. And again, I'm talking here, right? I'm talking. There's no way I'm going to let you think like, oh, we made a jump cut or something. No, I will just keep talking and 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 continuing to talk about birth, man. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. There you go. You can see, I didn't cheat. Same team. Same damn team. And we forced the rage quit. I don't know why. I want to get a look at this guy's team really quick. Now again, we're still in a lower division. I don't expect this record to be phenomenal, especially with the player, but again, the caliber of opponents, or the team at the very least that we were up against that we just managed to beat. He's 3-9-1. Oh man, buddy, Div 10. You have a money team. Unless that's all loans, you have a money team for sure. You don't play, you just work the market, don't you? Mahavlich, for a Div 10 player, he likes to work the market, clearly. Either that or he puts some money in. But still, to have beaten this team, like that's a team that any solid player, no disrespect again, but like a good player can just wreck house up until the top few divisions with a team of that caliber. So, still, as we'll collect those, we get a silver pack for beating the challenge. We get a silver pack for the rage quit. That is just unbelievable. I cannot believe that just happened. Unreal. We've gotten Matthews, we've gotten Sagan out of these packs. We started off this episode with something decent. Matt Luff, unfortunately not good enough for this team anymore, nor is Colin Bowman. But we started off this episode with quite a few of those packs. Doesn't look like we're going to get anybody here that's useful to us. Zach Miskovich. Yeah, not looking too good. Not as if we need any more upgrades to the team in terms of what we've already done in this episode, but they will, of course, help for the trade-in. Again, sooner rather than later, we're going to run out of cards to be able to do as many crazy trade-ins as we did, and I'm going to have to send some coins over to this account because we're running low. But we have one more pack here. Let's see if we can get a game changer out of this. Niederberger is not going to be good enough, nor will... I mean, in fairness, these guys weren't going to be good enough before we did all the upgrades. Korshunov, not good enough. Curtis Evans, we get a bronze out of it. And Andreas Englund, who, in fairness, actually still isn't good enough. So there is that. I just can't believe that just happened. I mean, again, we didn't even have our proper strategies on. I was super nervous once I realized that. I'm like, oh yeah, we're screwed. No, we managed to win. And now we get to use our actual team, hopefully, depending on what challenge we get next. But before that, I do believe we have enough for another upgrade set or two, one that is not currently active on cooldown. I don't think we'll get to this one here, the gold common, again until next episode. With the bronze, we only have 3, so it might be a while before we get to do that again. What about the upgrade to the silver rare? We should be able to do that. Or not, we just have Stukel. So that is that. Let's go ahead and do what we gotta do. Let's spin the wheel and see what our challenge is for the second game in this episode. It is the 1-pack challenge. So our team will not remain the same. We open another silver pack. Every player packed must play. If we win, we keep the team. If we lose, we discard the team. It's not like, oh, you're not allowed to use those players. No, we discard them. That way, they are not reusable in the set. So a few of these players will end up sitting, most likely. Let's go ahead and do this. Hopefully I don't... Oh, no, I can't even afford that anyway. Let's hope I don't run out of coins and have to transfer it mid-episode. That would suck. Let's see who's going to be in the squad for our second game of the episode as we start off. Now, the jerseys I'll keep track of as well. Like, we're not going to keep anything from this. Gustav Nyquist is on the line. Right, that's still a pretty big deal. Cedric Schiemens? He's a 60, all right. We also get Marcus Hogstrom. Didn't we have him before? I think we did. Zach Hall will be in the lineup. Garrett Wilson. Laurent Brossois. And I think I have to start him. That should probably be the rule to start him. Otherwise, that would be kind of cheap, right? So I'm going to take inventory of everything we have here. I'll set up the lineup. I'll see you in a minute. But at the very least, we know that Laurent Brossois will be between the pipes. Shit. Right, so here is the team. Gustav Nyquist is in for Michael Frolik. Garrett Wilson is in for Carl Soderberg. Yes, I'm double-checking who I took people out for. Zach Hall's in for Zemgus Girgensons. Cedric Schiemens is in for De La Rose. On defense, Mark Mathot sits for Marcus Hogstrom. And in goal, Laurent Brossois. Let's see what happens. If we win, we keep the items. If we lose, we discard them all, including the Malmo and Ukraine logo. Oh, Nyquist robbed in a game where we're fighting for him. Tyler Sagan, though, gets it. Beautifully done from Nyquist, who would technically be his. Lovejoy has a point, by the way. 2 more for Ben Lovejoy, and we get an extra silver pack. Of course, we don't get a silver pack if we win this game. The reward is keeping the players, but regardless, Nyquist would be our top line left wing. He would be the highest rated guy for the job. So that would be huge to be able to keep him. What a save from Brossois. Terrible, terrible luck on those bounces with the incidental contact, which still kind of screwed me behind the net there. It was a gigantic save from Brossois. Lovejoy for Seguin. Seguin. Oh, Wilson. Don't know if you caught the little bit of lag there, right as I was what I felt to be in pretty goddamn good position to poke that away and end up on a breakaway. Instead, that happens. So, say goodbye to a little bit of the optimism. It just had to be that little blip of lag. Just had to be. Seguin. What a play by the AI. And of course, Seguin hits the crossbar. Mete, just, I'm coasting. And Mete doesn't do shit. Just looks at it. Austin Matthews somehow doesn't bury that. I'll tell you, I'm starting to get concerned. Starting to get concerned. It's a pretty close game. Been some weird moments. It happens, but yeah, I'm concerned, man. Another big AI play. Yeah. Big AI plays for him defensively. Nothing from my AIs. I told you I had a bad feeling. You'll see examples in this game why I felt like we were going to lose. It is a damn shame, but as it stands right now, really you're going to watch your goal as my fucking AI just walks away. You can see him at the point there. We got 1:11 to do this, or we end up losing Gustav Nyquist and the other potential trade-in options, as much as that sucks. Just a very one-dimensional player in terms of working it down the wing with his right side there, but not much we can do. Can you please switch me to Austin Matthews? Thank you. Matthews for Schmaltz, and we're not done yet. Let's go. The Nyquist dream is alive. He has to be furious, and fuck this. I'm staying on the attack. I'm staying on the attack. Let's go. I think I'll stay live for the overtime. Crazy to get a late goal like that. Very frustrating. I want to at least get you guys a look at the stats. Again, it's been an even game. I don't feel like it should have been as even as it is. It's just one of those games where, again, those 50-50s, you lose multiple pickup opportunities in a row. It gets to be frustrating, but there is some positive out of it with the point, but a point is not enough. We need the win to keep this pack. I don't know, maybe a future will be like, oh, you can keep a player, and maybe have it be like a random player, because obviously I'd pick Gustav. I don't know why it switched me to Seguin there. That's going to be in. Yep. Brutal puck switching, or player switching. I'm even using the right stick option. So, obviously, you know what? I want to watch that one back. So we lose the game. We lose the players. That sucks, but I just want to show you here, right? Why that switches me to Seguin, I don't know. It should have switched me to Lovejoy. Like, clearly, that should have switched me to Lovejoy. You can see me swinging the stick around right there on the, here, let me hide the webcam for a minute. So you can see me on the left thumbstick swinging around to the right to try and switch to Lovejoy, and it switches me to Seguin. Maybe I hit the right trigger a second early. Regardless, that is a loss, and yeah, we're losing all of those players. Alright, well, unfortunately the trend of losing the second game of the episode continued. We still have one more game to go. Quick note about the lineup, we have gotten Lone Madonna So he's a terrible center, despite actually being a center, but he is in the lineup on the top line next to Seguin and Lemieux. The question is whether or not that will still be the case. It's De La Rose, by the way, who ends up sitting as a result. We need to spin the wheel one more time. The Lovejoy Challenge is still active. What is our final wheel spin gonna be? And it's the Comeback Challenge. So at least the lineup gets to stay the same, but this is gonna suck. So again, on the wheel, we have 2, 3, 4 is technically going to be 1 goal, just so I don't have to retype it, okay? So if it lands on 4, that actually means 1. Let's do this. How many goals do I have to give up to start the game? 2. All right, so we ended the last episode with a Comeback Challenge and a weird rage quit. We have to do the same thing. I have a feeling we're going to have to play the full thing. We got to give up 2 goals at the start of the game. Damn it. Mike Modano. Seguin. Another great chance goes to waste. Modano in his first game. Seguin, you are a major disappointment so far. Claude Lemieux. Or Seguin. Lemieux! Seguin! Oh my god. Seguin for Lemieux. And then Seguin scores on that! Of all things. I'll take it. This challenge is on. This guy must have no idea what the hell's going on. We're back in this game quite quickly, though. Frolik. Michael Frolik. We're back to even. Now we just gotta win. It's still early. This guy. What do you think he's thinking right now? We give him 2 goals to start, and within 7.5 minutes we have tied this game up. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm getting a message right now. Modano. Nope. Seguin. Backdoor for Modano. From 2-0 down, 3-2 up. Gonna say not the hardest caliber of opponent, but that's a good thing for us. We're still in a lower division, and for a challenge like this, this is the type of player that we need to run up against. Whew, I don't think Lovejoy is going to be getting that Spotlight Challenge done. Again, that first episode success with Wanstrom was a bit of a fluke, as Cernak unfortunately didn't do anything. Matthews. 4 unanswered. We might have a chance at another rage quit. The Matthews Selly being in, by the way, is so sweet. They've done a really good job of that. I think it's kind of gone unnoticed, making sure that they've added those signature Sellys to players. 4 unanswered goals. And that's it. He randomly started stick lifting and then left. That is a victory. Unfortunately for me, that's kind of bad news, as my worst fear is that we weren't going to have enough coins for the rest of this episode. Indeed, we are not. That does guarantee our promotion up to Division 6. We will get the reward for the Comeback Challenge for the 2nd time, and we'll end this episode on a rage quit. So, similar format, win, loss, win. I'll take it at the very least, but a very strange way to end the episode. I might have to nickel and dime my way in. As a matter of fact, I actually haven't discarded Nyquist yet. We'll go ahead and get rid of the players that I need to get rid of, on top of getting rid of any contracts or anything in this pack. We should, as we'll get a couple of coins there as well. We should be fine. We should be fine. We're over 14K. I think it's 7.5 per, but with 400 coins left, we should be fine. So we can end this episode as intended. Go figure. 2 comeback challenges, both opponents, one way or another, rage quit. That's just bizarre. It is 1,500 coins. We should be able to do this, but yeah, I'll have to transfer over some coins to this account. Let's see if we can get lucky to end the episode, as if we haven't had enough changes. Bracken Kearns will be good for the trade-in. Daniel Frank as well. Now we're at the point where our good silver pack luck kind of takes a back seat for us just having to continually go through the trade-ins. I'll probably be using that Silver Tips logo in the next episode. We get a player here, Nicholas Bergfors, traded for Ilya Kovalchuk. Nicholas Bergfors, that Wolfpack jersey. Get ready to see that in the next episode. We got Michael Pezzetta and Tom Parisi. So we already have Davidson. We'll get rid of him. Let me see if getting rid of this stuff will be good enough. But, oh yeah, that will be. That'll put us up over 15 or up over the 75 that we're looking for. So some decent stuff there, at least in terms of trade-in, which of course is the point of a set plan beyond the silver packs. Above all else, we're going to have 79 coins left on this account. But one more silver pack here to end the day, a Habs logo. So I'm going to burn this pack with fire. Stefan Johansson. Anybody else half decent? Brent Regner might be in the lineup. 73 right defenseman. He might actually get into the team. We got Tomacek, who's not that great. Sharks Arena. Anthony Greco. Not quite good enough. Christopher Rivera and Christoph Ullman. So not looking too good on the player front, unfortunately, but some more players to add to the trade-in sets. I think we will probably continue the trend of, doing the sets offline and everything, but it was a strong episode for us, and just to make sure I don't forget, and so that you don't think it's like, oh, we ended the episode and you put him into a set, let's go ahead and get rid of the items that we need to get rid of. And like I said, for that next episode, it's going to be intriguing. As you can see, we only have 72 player items, right? So in terms of the consistency, and that's kind of what I was mentioning at the beginning of the episode, in terms of the consistency that we're going to be able to do those trade-in sets, it's pretty much never going to be as crazy as it was in this episode. Like, that was the pinnacle in terms of having, 12 packs to open? That's not going to happen again. There's no way that's going to happen again. It just literally can't. We don't have the amount of cards. So we will constantly be using the trade-in sets. Gustav, I wish we kept you, but we'll see you later, buddy. While we are going to continually use the sets, I'll also get rid of this Gartner. Just a little bit of club maintenance. I think from there we are good on right wings. I think you get the point, though. This was kind of the one outlier of an episode. Last episode was a little bit crazy, so we need to still get rid of Hall, Schiemens, and Hogstrom. Right, so I think Hogstrom is a left defenseman. I believe, yep, there he is. We'll be getting rid of him. And at center is that bronze who will be leaving us, Cedric Schiemens. We'll see you later. Guys, that'll do it for this one. Let me know what you thought of the episode, the ridiculous amount of packs that we opened. Do we still like the idea now that you've seen kind of the extreme level of it, of what happens if I keep up with the sets offline? Again, just because of the amount of cards that we have at this point, it's not going to be as ridiculous, but still, let me know what you think. It is kind of the point to continually use the trade-in sets, and especially now, we're, regardless, going to be able to get at least one gold rare player at the beginning of the next episode, so that's going to be a major boost. At least more than likely, I mean, the gold commons will still be a thing. But let me know what you thought of the episode in terms of how we handled certain things, additions to the wheel as well, and everything else. I'm still open for suggestions if I think it'll add to the series. And to those suggestions that I don't take, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying, I'm being a little bit selective. That's all. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Check out everything in the description. Interact with the video in terms of the liking, the commenting, the bell, the subscribing, all that stuff to make sure YouTube tells you when the series is uploaded. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a good one. I'm out of here. That's my outro now, I guess.